I started shooting real estate 12 years ago, and for the first few years, I did everything wrong, and because of that, my business did not grow quickly. So in this video, I put together my notes on what actually will help you grow your real estate photography business if you're just getting started, or if you already have a business, and what things I wish I would have focused on at the start to help me grow my business more successfully. So the first thing I think that's really important that I think we all generally know, but it's hard to actually put into practice, is making prettier pictures is not what grows your business. And I say it in that way because it kind of sounds a little bit like offensive and like I'm trying to poke some buttons, and I am a little bit, but that's how a lot of real estate photographers approach their business, is they spend a ton of time on making prettier pictures. So here's what that means. They go to the shoot and they spend longer on site than they should because they're trying to get perfect angles. You know, they're in a living room and they already have 3 good angles, and they're like, wait a second, there's a 4th one over there that's really good. And they do that in every single room. And so, you know, they leave a house where they've been paid to shoot 40 photos with 65 photos. And not only did it take longer to do the shoot, then when they get home, they have to figure out how to reduce those photos down to the ones they actually want to deliver. So that takes a lot of time. And then once they figure out the ones they want to deliver, they hopefully send them off to an editor. But then when you get them back from the editor, you spend a ton of time critiquing and changing little things because you're trying to make prettier pictures. And so then your photos get delivered later the next day. And then you finally deliver the photos, and the agent still has retouch requests. So you spend a lot of time fixing that. And you kind of get the picture here, right? Like, so much of a lot of people's time, my time when I first started my business, was spent on stuff that was making prettier pictures. And all I can tell you is that that doesn't matter in this industry. And whenever I say that, people are like, Eli, like, especially if they're coming from a photography background, it's hard to break that mentality, and they think what I'm saying is to run a crappy business. And I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that there's the product you offer, and there's everything around that product. And the stuff around that product is actually what helps you grow your business in this industry. And so some things that came to mind as I was putting this list down: turnaround time. Time on site. Agents don't want to be there long, right? So you actually taking longer to shoot a house can be a negative thing for a lot of agents. Response time to their text messages. You know, how friendly you are when you reply, how accommodating you are with fixes if they have a retouch request. Charging, you know, a lot of people charge fees if the client has to reschedule last minute, or, you know, if it's mileage fees. Like, we try to charge as little of those fees as possible. Sometimes they're necessary, especially on the mileage side, but generally they're not. And so what I would say is the most important thing to think about is you have your service you have to deliver, and those photos truly have to be good enough. And every time I say good enough, people think I mean crappy. I don't mean that. What I mean is, once your photos are good enough, it's everything around it that's gonna help you grow your business. And the biggest thing I can say, you know, there's 3 parts to this video, and this is part number 1, but the biggest thing to think about when it comes to like turnaround time, accommodation, everything like that, is your goal is to make your clients as happy as possible. So if you think about it that way, like, hey, how can I make agents that work with me happier? You will make so much money in this business. You'll have more clients than you know what to do with, and you'll be successful, because when you make people happy, they stay with you. They use you again, right? That's part of staying with you. They refer you, and that's awesome. And so if you have those 2 things, if they stay with you and they refer you, your business compounds, because you get 1 client and they refer you to 2, and then 2 refer you to 4, and 4 refer you to however many, right? Your business keeps growing. So if you the whole point of this first tip, number 1, is if you focus on making your clients happy, genuinely making them happy, not what you think will make them happy, what actually makes them happy, you'll grow your business. And that's almost never photo quality past a certain point. Like, those little things that you know, when you're sitting there in Lightroom, if you do this, because I did this at the start, and I don't think it's a good idea, but you get those photos back from your editor and you're like upping the brightness 2 clicks in Lightroom, right? Or you're like changing that. None of that matters. That does not make your clients happier. What makes your clients happier is getting their photos 10 minutes earlier so they can get that dang listing live and sell the house. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is you should be spending at least 20% of your time, no matter what stage your business is in, whether you're just starting or you're getting fully booked, at least 20% of your time on the hunt for new clients, doing client acquisition. So whether that's the Instagram method we teach, the outbound method we teach, or some other method that you found that works for you, at least 20% of your time, in my opinion, should be spent on client acquisition. But I would actually say that's like a bare minimum number. So for example, if you're just starting your business, like 99% of your time should be on client acquisition. Any time that you have that you're willing to put into work, don't spend it critiquing your website, fixing little things. Don't spend extra time editing photos. Don't spend any time on any of that. Spend that time as much as humanly possible getting clients and doing activities that generate new clients for your business, because that's where your clients come from. There's a quote I like, which is, without clients, you don't have a company, but without more clients, you're not gonna have a bigger company either. So the time you spend getting clients is the most important time that you can possibly spend in your business. When you're first getting started, obviously you're gonna have a lot more time because you're not doing shoots. But when you start to get fully booked, you're doing 10K a month, 15K a month, 20K a month, you're a solo operator, you're fully booked, you still should find time to spend at least 20% of your time on client acquisition. And if you're in that phase, you're like, Eli, I can't handle any more clients. Like, I can't do that. Well, that's awesome. You're in a good stage, right? You need to figure out how to handle more clients. So bring people on your team, hire a VA. Like, there's a ton of stuff you can do. And so the first two things are the really important ones about what will actually help you get more clients. So number one is building a business that makes clients happy. They want to work with you. They're happy working with you because you structure your stuff in a way that makes sense to them. And then number two is you spend that time doing client acquisition. But number three kind of will help you do number two. And number three is getting yourself out of the business and not doing tasks that you don't need to be doing. So in here, I wrote down specifically, delegate. So not everything depends on you, and you can actually do numbers 1 and 2. And the reality is, and this is why, if you've ever been on any sort of coaching with me and you ask a question that's at all related to like anything big picture, my first question to you is always gonna be, what is your goal? Because I'm gonna give you a lot of different advice. If you say, Eli, I'm at 6K a month and I just wanna make $8,000 a month as a real estate photographer. I don't wanna scale a team. I just wanna make 100K a year as a real estate photographer. And that's awesome. There's no wrong goal. I'm just saying that's number one. But sometimes people tell me, Eli, I wanna grow a team and scale it. I wanna do 50K a month or 100K a month, like whatever they wanna get to. And so those are very different answers. So I always start with what is the goal. But if your goal is to do either of those, it's going to involve you not doing everything. So as a bare minimum, most people are outsourcing their photo editing, right? I think that doesn't make sense ever to edit your own photos, period. So if you just wanna make 8K a month solo, that's pretty much all you have to outsource, right? But you still need to do that. That way you can spend more time on numbers 1 and numbers 2. But if you wanna grow to 50K a month, you're gonna have to think about how to outsource everything eventually. So it starts with photos, photo editing, right? Then it starts with actually doing shoots. And then it starts with quality control of the photos, and then it continues with quality control of the photos. Like, you're not gonna do any of that. And then you have to, you have photographers on your team, and you maybe have to hire an admin. And so the cool thing is, if you do number 3 and you correctly bring in people to help you with whatever stage your business is at, regardless of your goal, that allows you to do more of numbers 1 and 2, which is focus on how to make clients happier and work on getting more clients. So the biggest message I can give you here, and the point I'm trying to make, is that the thing that stops more real estate photographers than anything else from either getting started and getting momentum or taking their business to the next level and getting it where they want to go is they focus on stuff that doesn't actually grow their business. And so I think it's a really good idea to have some time. Maybe you block it out in your calendar once a week or whatever it is, where you step back and go, okay, what did I do this week? What's on my calendar? And am I doing anything that actually moves my business forward? Am I spending that minimum 20% of time on client acquisition? Am I spending some time to think about what I could do to make clients happier? Like, are you pushing the envelope in that sense? And if you do that, that's how you see, it's really interesting, but that's how you see real estate photographers that are 4 or 5 months into their business doing 15K a month. Meanwhile, there's real estate photographers who've been doing this 10 years that only make 6K a month. And it's like, well, what the heck is the difference? Because it's not time in this business, right? It's time spent doing the things that actually matter. And so a lot of times we'll have, photographers we get to work with who've been doing this forever. They didn't make any progress. And it's like, when we look at their business, it makes a lot of sense. And it's an easy fix because they spend all this time on stuff that doesn't matter and not enough time on the stuff that does. So I hope this video brought you value. If you want to work closely with my team and have us coach you through the process, handhold you step by step as you start your real estate photography business from $0 a month and grow it, or if you already have a real estate photo business and you want to take it to the next level, there's a link below where you can talk with my team. It's going to be Isaac, Rod, Philippe, Andrew. My team's awesome. They're there for you. So hit the link below and they'd love to talk with you. See you there.